leather gloves, we're slapping in hams, popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands, pink cotton candy, love on a stick, who's chasing the beer, that circle the lips, play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
We're back. Laughter Saves Lives live here at Good evening
Studios.
Wait, what's our normal beginning? I just went blank.
Yeah,
good evening.
You
Welcome
were doing
to. Here we go. Here we go. We can edit all of this. Good evening. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives
live
here on Strong Island Television Paradise Studios in beautiful downtown
Massapequa,
New York, right by the Lure.
And
right
today's show is brought to us by Barasch and McGarry,
lawyers for the 9/11 community. Thank you, Michael Barasch, our biggest sponsor. We're back. Yes. It's nice to have you here.
Yes.
I had a crazy week.
What happened?
Going on with Dad. You know, with the assisted care facility, and
is he enjoying himself up
there? He is miserable,
being
making
pulled away from his.
Yeah,
is that what you did? You pulled him away from his home.
Thank you, Rich. Yeah, that's what we did. Thank you. I'm not feeling bad enough. Thank you. That's what we did. So I want to talk about a few things.
Yes.
We did a wonderful event on Saturday.
Yes.
Or was it Sunday? It doesn't matter. I think it was Sunday morning. Hey, Patrick. The Laughter Saves Lives team, we're now wearing these shirts at every event.
Yes.
Turn it around for a second, Rich.
Yes.
There we go. All right. There we go. That's our new Team Laughter Saves Lives shirt. So any event we do, walk, bocce tournament, and here we were at the Cat 6 walk on Sunday. Now, this is an interesting charity. Look it up, people. Very, very rare, but one of our neighbors who went to my grandson's school, and the two other brothers do go to the school. It's a rare disease. They're nonverbal. They're very active. And we did a comedy night for them a few years ago. Were you on that show?
No.
Good. And it was a great night. And after the show, I went to the house to present them with the big check.
Right.
The big check. One. And she says, Will is the child's name, wants to say something to you. Now he can't speak, but he has a computer where he presses icons. Oh. And I sat with him down the step, and he pressed an icon, and it said, thank you. I don't think he said John, just thank you. And it was awesome.
Thank you, and then a toilet, right?
Why
John?
Oh, very good. So anyway,
that's why I'm here, folks.
The Laughter Saves Lives team went to the walk. We have a few pictures.
Yeah.
This is my daughter-in-law, my son, and myself with the shirts on. My grandson refused to wear it. There he is. And the baby was in her dance clothes from her recital. Not her recital, her dance practice. Getting ready for the big recital at the end of the year. After 48 practices, she gets on stage and she does this. Maybe look, Rich. This. And then watches everybody else for a few minutes. And that's like $80, right? $80 to watch that, and I do it every time. I would do it every time. So we get to the event, and I found out what's big at these events is the volleyball game after the walk. They have hot dogs, they had sandwiches, and the volleyball game is big.
Right.
Well, we get there right away, and my grandson says, I gotta play a little volleyball. He can't play volleyball. So he kicks the ball into the woods. Deep into the woods.
Right.
I don't know if it's poison ivy and stuff, right? So we're at this party 5 minutes and basically lose the volleyball.
Yeah, so what happened?
Well, I found a guy with the phone, and he could tell what's not poison ivy. Like, you point the phone with the app.
Yeah.
Did you see that app?
Yeah.
And it'll tell you what kind of vegetation it is. No poison ivy. So I went in, I pulled the ball out, and I said to the lady running it, hey, my grandson kicked the ball in the woods. And she said, why?
Yeah, right.
Can I say this on the air? Because most 8-year-olds are dicks.
What?
They're beautiful people. Love them. They just do
No. Beep. No. 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 Have you ever heard that on television before?
All right, we'll bleep that out. So most 8-year-olds are, you know what I'm talking about.
They're pains in the butts. They're pains in the butts. That's what they are.
Okay,
please.
What'd you say?
What did you say?
Pains in the butts.
Oh,
that's too long. Yeah, have you ever done stand-up comedy, mister? That's too long. You got to say they are. Okay.
No.
So anyway.
You said 6,000 words in 4 minutes. You're going to tell me that pain in the butt is too long?
You just took a minute away from the physical therapist and he walked out. So that was that. Let me transition into pumpkin.
Yes, tell me about pumpkins.
Do you like pumpkin stuff?
No.
It's becoming the season of
Does
pumpkin.
nothing for me.
I just looked at that picture of that screen. Look how beautiful that is with the background.
Isn't that something?
That is my old firehouse in Queens.
Station, yes.
Right? And you have the blue shirt on and me and my
Look at how I pop.
Look how nice we look, Richard.
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
And what is this?
Pumpkin. Oh, thank you, Bobby. Look what he put up there. It's very nice. This is our other backdrop that we use occasionally. This is my first exposure to stand-up comedy. LaRocchia's Luncheonette in the 50s and 60s in Middle Village, Queens with Constantino, my grandpa, and my father and Uncle Charlie used to work the room as the sanitation workers would come in, old jokes, make them laugh. Grandma would sit up front. Thank you, Bob. That was a nice picture there. So pumpkin.
Yes.
They make, you know what little bites are? You don't have little kids.
It's
little bites. Okay.
Yeah.
Little bites.
Like,
it's little muffins
cupcakes.
that I think, tell me if I'm right or wrong. They used to have 5 in a package. Yeah. They only have 4 now. Did you know that? Yeah. They only have 4. I'm talking to my audience. They only had 4.
She knew that.
Yeah. That's not right.
Cookies, I think.
That's not right. So they came out, they have chocolate chip, they have confetti. Kids, they came out with pumpkin little bites.
Right.
Who are little bites for? Kids. You think kids want pumpkin? They want chocolate chip, the confetti, right? What else do they got? There's one more other good flavor. They are all chocolate, right? That's what kids. My neighbor
flavor.
Yeah, my neighbor is an Entenmann's delivery guy.
Yeah.
Okay, don't laugh. It's gonna throw us off over there. We're not used to laughs. My uncle is an Entenmann. My neighbor.
Don't you understand? John talks. That's it. We don't interfere.
Nothing.
No.
He's an Entenmann's delivery guy. He always brings us over like leftovers. Yeah. You know what he brought us the other day?
What?
10 boxes of pumpkin little bites. Because nobody wants them. Nobody's eating. I had
day-olds on the show.
Well, let me tell you something. The 3-year-old, you can put stuff by her. Yeah. I like that. She always walks in my house. She goes, I want a snack. I want a snack, she says, right? So I go in there, I go, take the pumpkin little bites out. Yeah. I open the bag so she doesn't see the pumpkin on the bag, and I give her the 4 of them. She sucked those babies down, Richie. Wow. So I know where those boxes are going.
With the little medicine in
it. Yeah, perfect. Right by her.
Lunch.
Let's go Mets. Richie, let's go Mets. Say it.
Let's go Mets.
If you get me a score at Met game. All right. Let's go Mets, baby. I'm going Friday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
And who are you going with?
I'm going with my son and my grandson. I'm meeting my 2 sisters and nephew there.
Yeah,
they're coming from the Poconos.
Hey, can I ask you a question? To your right.
No.
Can I ask you a question?
Just ask
it. That's right. That's right, Richie. Thank you. Who is to your right, off camera, that you keep talking to?
Who?
What is your first name?
We're going to bring them on.
What is it? Emily, come over here a second.
Peek in so they know.
This is my distraction in the Frank brought his wife all dolled up, and I'm supposed to concentrate on the show. Emily,
imagine that. Concentrating on the show, not worrying about the fly and the lovely lady to your right.
Now, you know what? You took away my my rafting topic. Hey, Bobby, can we talk pickleball for a second? Are you gonna film? Oh, that was amazing. One more. Go on here, just fun. All right. After saves lives, 7 wins, 3 losses. We had a good week. We were 4-1 this week. We are playing the number 2 team next week. We're ranked 7th now in the league out of 20, and we're playing number 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I'm so glad you always tell us that. So many people at home are like I wonder how John did at pickleball this week. We have a physical therapist here tonight who probably knows a lot about pickleball.
Yeah, we're going to talk to him about Richie's treatment that he got after pickleball.
Yeah.
So anyway, Laughter Saves Lives team is doing great. What else did I want to talk about? You get any vaccines this year? You get any COVID, any flu?
I want to know what
Rickets.
I did.
Are you getting a
week.
ricket vaccine?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even know. So this weekend I did something interesting for the Historical Society
It's hard to
of
say the name.
Islip
Yeah.
Terrace.
Yes.
I actually took an acting job in a cemetery.
I saw that.
Isn't that cool? It was
Yeah.
like people would get a map when they
Right.
went in. They would go to each grave, and there'd be actors
Right.
telling the story of the dead people. But like, I was murdered over there on that corner. Blah blah blah.
Nice.
Yeah, like stories like
Yeah.
that.
And did you have fun? Because you always have fun at those things.
Blast.
Were you allowed to be funny, or you had?
Yes. As a matter
Oh.
of fact, I rewrote my script. They weren't happy about that.
Oh no.
They're like, that's not really how he died. But I made it more interesting.
Good. I'm
Yeah.
glad you enjoyed
It
that.
was 1850 something anyway, so
All
I
right.
made it more interesting. I just wanted to tell
No, I'm
everybody.
glad you did. I'm glad you did. You know what we're gonna do
If
now?
I do
before
comedy night for them, I'm going to put you on the show.
and I'll be a dead person. I'll be not saying anything, just
Yes.
laying there, right? Let's bring in a Chris Nelly, Chris from the FDNY
Oh, yeah,
Columbia Association.
Yes,
all right.
yes.
Now this was a cool event.
Vignali.
Vignali, thank you. I can't
Chris
pronounce the Italian name. I'm
Can't
telling you.
pronounce anything.
Let's bring in Chris for a second. Chris, there he is. There he is. Now, Chris is. What is your title with the FDNY Columbia Association?
I am recently promoted up to treasurer of the FDNY Columbia Association.
Treasurer. Well, let me tell you something, Chris. Home run yesterday. You did a great job. It was the FDNY Columbia Association bocce tournament.
Whoa.
24 teams. He allowed Laughter Saves Lives to come into the tournament, right? And we brought one of our favorite comics, Fat Jay.
Right.
So we knew initially we were going to have a problem because Chris said, hey, we got free shirts. What are your sizes? I said extra large, large, extra large, 5X. And Chris said, I don't think we can help you there.
Right.
So Fat Jay, I had given him a Laughter Saves Lives shirt. He wore it. But I have to tell you, I'm so happy he came.
Yeah.
It was very nice of him. But you would think Fat Jay, who doesn't play a lot of sports, would be good at least bocce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's not coming back next year. We fired him right after the event.
Right.
They did put us against the runners-up from
Hopefully
last
you
year.
got the shirt back.
Yes, you guys you came in firing, won the first game right away, and then had to play the champion.
Yeah, we beat last year's runners-up.
Chris, I'm glad you chimed in. We almost forgot you were there. Started another
That's not right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What did you want to ask him? Do you have a question? I have a question.
My question is, so are you a used car salesman? It looks like you're on the lot. No.
Believe it or not, I'm actually at another FDNY Columbia event in Brooklyn, down by Williamsburg Bridge. So John got me. It looks like I'm in the selling cars, but I'm not. I'm at a cigar event for another organization that was actually with us yesterday. So we kind of team up and support one another.
Yes.
Fat Jay could go
You
to
would
the
have been
cigar
cigar event next year. We'll send Fat Jay to the cigar event. Columbia Association, FDNY. You did a lot of good work yesterday, raised some money. Tell us what the Columbia Association does.
So the FDNY Columbia Association was started in 1934 by an Italian firefighter down in Manhattan in Little Italy, working at Engine 55, as we call them, Cinquanta Cinque. And he promotes time, Italian heritage, and education for the immigrants that came across and children of young ages. So today, over 90 years later, we continue the tradition of raising money for scholarships for our children of Italian background and FDNY members, kids and grandkids, to pay forward to the contributions of years ago and pay it forward so they can continue the traditions of our job, the FDNY, and the Italian heritage.
I tell you, Chris, I am so proud that I worked with these heroes and that I go to an event like that And you don't have to know firefighters. You're breaking each other's balls. Can I say balls at least?
No.
We're breaking each other's chops, back and forth.
Right.
But this event, you had Italian music playing. Some of the guys showed up in like the Brooklyn sweatpants with, the hair hanging out in the chains. And then the top
guys from the Bronx decided to wear They were wearing tracksuits, and one of the jokes, they said, "Oh, we were here to fit in, but yet we stood out because everybody else had the Navy shirts we gave out. So they were the only 8 guys that stuck out above all. But they did pretty well. I'm proud of them. They finished 3rd.
Oh, well. Who else stuck out with their shirts, Chris?
Yeah, so I was going to tell you, I always wear red, and the guys in the firehouse make fun of me because I like to stick out so they can find me. But I'll tell you what, the only other color was the royal blue that you're wearing right now over there. So it was easy to find you guys, but I needed to scream out, "Hey, who's playing next?" Left, it was there. They answered the call.
That's right.
That's great.
But here's what to top the whole day off for me. Towards the end of that 3rd game, there's a guy there making fresh mozzarella in the middle of the 2 courts. He's making fresh.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. That's our bread and butter, even though it was mozzarella, if you want to call it that. But exactly, we get some people. There was a rock band that comes and hangs out and played with us. I don't know if you saw those guys. They stuck out like sore thumbs themselves. And they go, "We came for the mozzarella." They didn't care about the beer or the soda or all the other charity work. It was I came for the mozzarella.
Well, you did a great job, and maybe we can get 2 teams in next year. Get some more comics to come down. I'm sure Richie wants to.
I'll do it.
It was a wonderful event.
With you guys.
You guys do great work.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Chris.
So we had a tough connection there, but we got the message across, I think.
Yeah, that was nice.
And they want to do a comedy show. They want to do a show. So
yes,
we're gonna work with Chris.
We're gonna do it, Chris.
All right, get back into your event. Thank you for coming out, my friend. It's hard to hear. I'm sorry, Chris.
We
Good
love
night,
you
buddy.
too.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So we're gonna go to break. And then we're going to bring in Dawn Sambati. I said it right.
If you spent time downtown on 9/11 or in the 8 months after, you were exposed to toxic air and may be eligible for compensation from the $10 billion 9/11 Victim Fund. But most people who qualify still haven't claimed what they're entitled to.
I worked downtown. I didn't die. I was an office worker. I felt like there were others who deserved the money more than I did.
A major reason people haven't claimed the money they're due is guilt. They feel guilty claiming funds when others died or were first responders.
I heard there were 9/11 funds. But because I wasn't a first responder, I did not apply.
You do not have to be a first responder to qualify. This fund was created for everyone who worked, lived, or attended school south of Canal Street, who may have experienced or have experienced respiratory illness or any of the 68 cancers linked to the toxins. Even if you have a family history of cancer, there is a presumption linking most cancers to the toxins.
I thought it was too late to make a claim. My spouse worked downtown at a bank and died of cancer. Honestly, I just haven't felt up to it.
The government's $10 billion Victim Fund and Health Program have been permanently extended. You just need to have been below Canal Street on 9/11 or at any time in the following 8 months. To see if you qualify, call or go to 911fund.com to speak to a representative of Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
There are many reasons people who are eligible for compensation are not stepping up to claim it. To those who are holding back, I would say just take the first step. Ask for help. Make the call. It's not too late.
I called and I qualified.
I qualify.
I qualify.
Millions of dollars remain unclaimed. You do not have to be seriously ill to qualify.
I'm hanging out there. And we're back with Left to Say
Live.
Bada bing.
Yes. There she is.
And there she is. And joining us is Dawn Somebody. It was Sanari. I wish I knew the words. You know the words to that song? Do you, Dawn? Are you Italian?
Yes.
You Italian? At the Met game, they sing the song too. I don't know. I just said that. You know, I don't know the words.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You have a wonderful laugh. And I'm not only saying that because you're laughing now, but when we did the comedy night a few weeks ago,
Yes,
I think you had a lot of laughs.
I did.
And, you know, part of the night, I'm going to tell you a story because
What show is this?
The one you weren't invited to.
No, it wasn't a comedy show.
Oh.
No, it was a pickleball extravaganza. Yeah.
Is that what it was?
No, you couldn't make it. You were invited first, in fact.
I was probably booked elsewhere.
Yeah, you're a big shot. You're a big shot. Yeah, you weren't going to make a lot of money that night. That's right. Because Dawn had a rough 2 years, would you say?
Yeah.
Rough 2 years. And we joke a lot here, but my bank manager, I told the story before, approached me. I know this wonderful lady. She's having a rough time. She had to leave her home due to fire. Rental from the insurance company. And then while she's in the rental, 4 kids, ages, well, what were they at the time?
At the time, 19, 17, 15, and 11.
All living at home?
All living in.
Except for the 11-year-old. But no, I'm kidding. All living at home. And her husband passes away in the rental house. So she's out of her home and she loses her husband. Stop right there and you're like, I'm speechless, right? People are speechless. How can something like this happen? Had a lot of problems with the construction, with the insurance company. Things weren't getting done. And one thing leads to the next. And they say, Dawn, we're not giving you any more money for the rental. Now, at this point, that rental is over, or are you still in it?
No, I'm still in it.
You're still in it. So you're paying?
I paid $36.50 for the rent plus utilities.
A month.
A month. Plus, I have to pay my mortgage and whatever utilities they're using at my house.
And how is your construction going? How close are you?
Well, now it has moved forward a lot. So very soon I should be, but there was no work for months.
Due to different issues with the contractor?
It was more the bank. The bank doesn't tell you that, you know, the State Farm gives the bank your money because they hold your mortgage.
Right.
And then what happens is the bank gives you a little bit at a time, but they don't tell you that they want you to cover it.
They want progress.
And then and then they'll reimburse you. Well, what people have that kind of money.
Right. Yeah. So that's that. Listen, that's a story in a nutshell. Because if we sit here and continue, we're all going to be crying here. It's a tough story. But Laughter Saves Lives said, let's do a comedy night. We do all our shows in memory of my guys lost on 9/11 or because of 9/11. Am I saying this sentence right? Because I'm a better way to remember my guys than to try to help Dawn get back into her house. I mean, the kids lost their father. The least they want is to be back in their own home.
Right.
You know, and that's the first thing I thought of. That's the first thing I thought of. My kids, if my family would lose me and then they're in another house and they lose that house, maybe they're going to move in with a relative, whatever. It's not the same, especially without their dad. So we went out, we raised some money. Listen, we made a little dent. We made a little dent to help Dawn. But I think part of it was friends, family were there. I think you felt the love.
Yes, I did.
And I want you to know that I always pay my comics because comics, that's all I do is fundraisers. Comics only do fundraisers. Right. All of the comics did not accept the money. I don't want to say because some of the comics, they need the money.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm not going to say who did, who didn't. The point is that I told you, I didn't want to make any money off the event. I put a little money into the foundation, Laughter Saves Lives, a few $100s. But you felt the love from your friends, from your family. And also I'm hoping that maybe somebody in the audience, somebody that saw us advertising the show, somebody that's watching tonight will turn around and go, you know what? I'm looking to help somebody. Let me help Dawn. So if you want to help Dawn, you can go just email me, go on the website. We'll put you in touch with Dawn. I'll step out of the middle, and you can deal directly with Dawn and see if you can help her in some way. How are the kids doing? Your daughter works the local.
Local neighborhood.
Right, right.
So they're doing good. Wi-Fi right now. College. I'm graduating from high school this year, and then my little guy's in middle school.
Yeah, but other than that, you got nothing going on, Dawn.
Nothing going on.
You know,
Is there does Dawn have a GoFundMe set up or anything like that?
She does. She does not. She does not.
Okay.
She does not have a GoFundMe set up.
Well, how could they reach you?
Good, just contact me. Did anybody listen to me on the break? But Butch couldn't hear me.
We were listening to you.
You never listened to me.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You know, she let her contact us, and then we will hook Dawn up.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Yes.
I didn't mean that. Were you listening? I told Butch this. Right.
So let's make this a little easier. All you have to do
Hold on a second.
is
Hold
send
on.
an email to info@laughtersaveslives.org. That's info@laughtersaveslives.org if you'd like to help her and her family.
Yes.
And we will, of course, facilitate that as best we can.
Facilitate.
See,
I've never used that word.
That's why he's
Dawn,
the producer.
Yes, Dawn,
the
thank you for coming back in. I know you have a lot going on, but I just thought it was important for you to come in and for us to look in the eyes and say, you know, love you. And if there's anything else we can do, let me know.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to you because you did a lot for me and I appreciate it so much. And the best part of it is I haven't laughed in 2 years and
look at that.
I really laughed that night. It was a great night.
Sure.
After I got off.
And it was not just that.
After I was done, she started to laugh.
It's very interesting.
So thank you so much.
And that's part of it. That's part of it. So thank you for coming on, Dawn. I know you have a lot going on.
Yes. And I'm going to do your benefit next year.
Okay.
And I'm going to only charge half of what the other comics. No, I would do for nothing for you. I want to help too.
Let's go to break, and we'll be back with our physical therapist, Dr. Frank Prokillo.
Hi, I'm Arthur Lee, founder, CEO, and inventor of LifeVac, a simple rescue device that could save a child's life in a choking emergency. All these people were saved with LifeVac. People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those is a child.
As simple as place, push, pull.
To learn more, please visit lifevac.net.
In her house, to the point where they had a. Oh, wait, we're back.
Get closer.
What?
There you go.
And we're back with us live.
Paradise Studios.
Yes.
By the Long Island Railroad. And we have Dr. Frank Prokillo, a physical therapist, a local physical therapist.
Yeah.
And I met his wife at what we call, in my house, jumpy time, which is gymnastics for the little ones. I have a 3-year-old granddaughter, and they have a 3-year-old?
No.
No?
It's
You're mixed up. This is not his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all
It's a
confused.
friend.
This is not your wife?
She's an accountant, business associate. She does tremendous work for us.
Gotcha.
Oh, shoot.
Thank
Why did
you.
I think
However,
it was?
my wife
Did we
watches,
ever
not gonna
say
be,
that? I just assumed.
Not going to be thrilled.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
hold on a second.
This has been
John,
a really
this
crappy
is why
show.
we do this.
Craig, just give us a question. All right, so now
This is why we
all right. So Frank, now these two guys have to get married again.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, Frank. I'm sorry, Frank.
This is
So anyway, I met you with your daughter, and we started talking.
Yeah.
And I've gone through some physical therapy recently
Yeah,
with
me
my
too.
knees. Richie's gone through some physical therapy.
Bad.
I was a little frustrated with it. I felt that it was at times too cookie cutter where, oh, John Knees, page 32, do this, this, and this. And every week I was doing the same thing. Wonderful people. I hope they're not watching. Wonderful people. But I just got a little bored and frustrated. So when I was talking to Gina, Emily, no, you weren't there. Gina was there. When I was talking to Emily, she mentioned you and what a wonderful guy you are and a wonderful business. So I thought it would be a good idea for Richie and I to ask some questions. But tell us a little bit about what a physical therapist does in general. What is your job?
Unlike our last guest, we're going to allow you to talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. So
Well, physical therapist really it helps identify and assess any sort of functional deficits that you might have. A lot of big words. Strength and balances.
Why do you look at
pains.
me when you say a lot of big words? She's looking at me. You see that?
I saw
He says, "Oh my God."
Facilitates
He says,
it,
"What am I?"
the,
He goes, "What am I doing? I'm
Not
talking
me.
to John." Go
Not
ahead. Go
me.
ahead,
I
Frank.
knew I had intelligence.
No, really just taking a look and see how our bodies function,
Yeah.
where we're strong, where we're weak, and where we can use some help, and where we are. So people come into physical therapy for a variety of reasons, whether it's just pain from arthritis, sports injuries, post-operative cases, you had surgery or something like that,
Yeah.
or just a chronic pain that you can't get rid of.
Right.
And no one else seems to kind of know what's going on. So the nice thing about physical therapy is that we get to spend a lot of time with one another,
Right.
develop a relationship, and really talk through and explore, the problem, maybe get to the root of it.
Well, do you want to talk about your issue? Because I wanted to talk about mine and see just.
What I also want to say,
Yes.
and then I'll let you go. Physical therapy, has it gotten more utilized today in the last, let's say, 20 years, as like more and more people are
Going in.
physical
Going in.
therapy? Because I remember I have a similar injury that my mother got. She's long passed away,
Mm-hmm.
but she went through her life. She fell roller skating at age like
Ouch.
50, but through the rest of her life, she always had pain. But I don't think she ever knew of going to physical therapy for it. Where now we have it. So it's a silly kind of question.
No, it's
but-
not a silly question, because I think a lot of people don't understand that you can come see me at my practice
Right. So
without
I'm
a
saying-
doctor's referral.
Oh, really?
So if you guys get hurt playing pickleball,
Right.
and say,
Right.
by the time you go to the doctor, wait for an MRI, and it's a month
That's
and a half
what
later,
people
they
don't wanna
prescribe you
do.
physical therapy.
Right.
You can cut to the chase.
Now, but is that covered by insurance then?
It is.
Oh, it is?
It is. There's a few guidelines. So direct access allows me to see either of you for 10 visits or
Right.
30 days, whichever
Right.
comes first. If we can't figure it out or get you squared away, then I'd make an appropriate referral. Maybe an orthopedic or
Right. Like you would know if they need an orthopedist.
Right. What you're doing
Right,
is
that's
it
what
working?
we're
Right.
in school.
Yeah.
So more accessible now than ever, I think. Is
Right,
physical
right,
therapy.
right.
And people seek physical therapy on their own, I think, for that reason. People a little bit more in tune with their
Right.
needs and their
But
bodies.
now you hear things like, go see a physical therapist. You don't
Yeah,
hear,
years ago,
you know,
right.
oh, you're going to need, a new rotator cuff, fixed and all that stuff, right?
I think conservative management goes a long way. I think a little bit of exercise for some people, targeted exercise and appropriate
Stretching.
exercise, stretching, strengthening,
Right.
and just a general understanding of how to use our bodies goes a long, long way.
Now, have
Yeah.
you been seeing a lot of, tell us the pickleball accidents? That's like,
Is that your biggest?
Pickleball is big.
yes,
Very, very big.
you love it. You
A
love
lot
the
of,
sport, right?
flare-ups
Loving
and
pickleball.
I
arthritis.
love it. You love it.
I love it.
Yes.
I
yes.
love it. First of all, I love it personally.
Do you play?
I do.
Oh,
you
let's
do?
play
Little
one
bit.
day.
I would love to play.
Okay, great.
It's easy to get into.
Yeah.
Right? It's very accessible for a variety
Everybody.
of people on all skill levels.
Right.
The problem is people don't do much exercise for a number of years.
And then they see you
they
hitting
get
this
so
little.
excited about
Right.
the sport,
Oh,
and they're
it's
playing
easy.
5 days a week, and
Yeah.
there goes the arthritis. Or the
It
whole
must it must stink for you being on the court and watch the injuries, and they go, he's over there. He's a physical therapist.
Or they
No,
catch you in the parking lot. Hey, let me ask you a question.
You should just have business cards when you play. Like,
Now I got a question for you. My dad is 90.
Okay.
Okay, had a two hip replacements a few years ago.
Yeah.
He was doing great. He stopped exercising,
Right.
and I told him to continue physical. Stopped. Now he's 90, relatively good health. Will physical therapy get him strong? He's in a walker for the first time. He doesn't really need it, but could we get his legs stronger, his arms a little stronger,
Sure.
right?
Absolutely.
Because that's what I'm telling
It's
him.
ideal. It's ideal for an older population.
he would probably enjoy it too.
He would have a lot of fun, and,
Yeah.
and he'll feel invigorated.
Yeah.
Reinvigorated.
Yeah.
A little bit can go a really long way.
My injury was my knees. My knees were bad a few months ago. And I went to physical therapy for a while, wasn't doing much. I got the gel injections.
Yeah, good.
You say good.
Yeah.
All right. Because we were talking about Dawn's event.
Yes.
I screwed up. And here's how I screwed up at Dawn's event. The church gave us the room for free, by the way.
Wow.
On the
Presbyterian.
Presbyterian. I can't say that word. Presbyterian Church in Belmore. Thank you. Gave us, after they heard Dawn's story, for free. Well, they weren't going to send anybody to help me set up or take down. They would give me the room. Dawn's friends were wonderful with the raffles or whatever. I get there because I want the show to be set up before people are walking in.
Yeah.
And I did not realize there's an AA meeting with only chairs set up, no tables. And I need like 15 tables set up. And half of them are in the basement. I went up and down 2 flights of stairs with at least 8 tables. And my knees didn't bother me.
That's great.
I was blown away by that because I didn't really test them to that extent.
Yeah.
You know, on the pickleball court, I'll stretch and I run a little bit, walk fast, and whatever. But this has been now time flies 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
You know, and my wife got him a year and a half ago, but she's not as active as I am.
Right.
But I'm thrilled with them.
It's awesome. Some people last years. Some people they only get 6 months relief out of it.
And what do they actually do? What is it, gel and gel? What do to your knees?
What I think it does is it helps to maintain the surfaces, the cartilage surfaces that are eroded with arthritis.
Right.
It helps to provide like a synthetic lubrication. So it just helps us to keep, it's like you're oiling the joints.
Right.
All right, for the lack of a better idea. And,
yeah, I'm thrilled.
And so that allows our joints to move well and not get so stiff and not get so inflamed, which is really
for an injury. Is it ever too late?
Frank, just come in a little.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Is it ever too late to go to physical therapy? Let's say I had an injury 3 years old and I never.
3 years old?
No, I'm giving an example for people at home. Is it too late to go for physical therapy? Could you work that muscle
it's
again?
ideal to come to physical therapy.
Right.
For an old
Because
injury?
even if you rehabbed something and maybe didn't quite get 100%.
Good for people to know. Yes.
Absolutely. Because the beauty of us as humans is we can always make progress. If we challenge the tissues and we challenge the muscle, it will adapt. Right. So regardless of for your father, he will get stronger. For your old rotator cuff injury, we can figure out a way to improve the strength and mobility of it.
Yeah.
So yes, to answer your question,
That's
old
great.
injuries
That's great.
Can always be taken care of.
Now, my knees feel good. Would it be wise to continue physical therapy? At least going once in a while and updating myself. How do these exercises working? Do this?
I think
like a
that's
consultation.
I think that's a great way to access physical therapy. You just kind of pop in and out. You have gel injections. You're feeling pretty good. You're maintaining a gym regimen on your own,
right?
But maybe you're getting stale or stagnant, or maybe a little pain is popping up. That's the best time to come in.
I'm going to come in and see you. I'm definitely going to come in
You
and
have
see
my
you.
card, so you should come see me.
Yeah.
It's a great way to keep things going. We'll give you some fresh ideas.
Good.
Do an assessment and make sure you're on the right track.
Beautiful.
And you're right here in Wantor.
Wantor Avenue.
Frank Procillo.
Procillo.
Oh,
Procillo.
Yep.
I wrote it out. Procillo.
Well, I said Procillo so they could phonetically.
That's all right. Everyone calls me that.
Procillo.
Yep.
Got it.
Does the doc have a website? Does the doc have a website?
I do.
Give it to him.
It's
yes.
It's www.imperiumptp.com.
Imperium Physical Therapy.
Physical Therapy Performance. That's where the PTP comes from.
Are you're located in
Wantor?
Wantor. This is a silly question. Well, maybe not. I shouldn't say a silly question. Do you do like video calls?
I don't. I don't usually do that. I like to really see people.
Yeah, no.
And I'll tell you what, a lot of my practice, I like to get hands-on with people.
Right.
I
I understand.
It's a big diagnostic tool.
Right.
So,
It makes sense.
But if you're my client, we reach out anytime. I'm available.
Yeah. I was just curious.
Yeah.
And how long have you had this practice?
It's only 2 years old.
2 years old.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Is there anything you do that's like it's modern medicine, like something that people go, whoa, I didn't know physical therapists do that.
Well, yeah, I have some cool technology in the practice. But I think first off is I'm an orthopedic specialist.
Okay.
Postdoctorate, I got a board certification in orthopedics, so I really know a lot about
the body
what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We have some BFR, blood flow restriction cuffs. That's pretty cool. It's kind of cutting edge.
Right.
That helps with a lot of different things. The short of it is that we can gain a lot of strength utilizing a lot less resistance.
Okay.
And the way that our practice is structured is it's a pretty low volume practice. And I know a lot of people are familiar with PT now. It's kind of chaos.
Oh yeah,
people everywhere.
I was actually going like this. Somebody was doing this machine. I'm going under the machine to get to the other place.
Yeah, it's not like that. Two reasons. One, I don't think that's the best way that people can help themselves from a physical therapy standpoint. And two, I don't like to be overwhelmed. To be honest,
right.
I like to pay attention to my clients and make sure that they're doing what they need to do.
And in the long run, that's gonna benefit because people are gonna feel like you really care. You're really spending time with them.
You got to cap things off, otherwise,
it
just becomes chaos. And then I don't want to dilute down my product.
Right. Oh well, and he seems really smart, right?
Yeah,
that's good for a physical. You want somebody who's smart.
I know,
right?
I'm smart.
You don't want somebody me walking out. Hey, what do you want to do today? Give me that knee, baby.
We have a good
Come
time.
on, let's do this.
Let's make and listen. We want you at the big gala, the Almost Gala. We'll plug you. You know, whatever. We want everybody that's affiliated with us to come to that. It's going to be a fun night. Richie is on that show.
I am on that show. Am I hosting that show?
Isn't that stuff we talk about like behind the scenes and argue about? Then you get mad at me and stuff. We can't air all dirty.
I didn't know whether or not I show up.
All right.
No, it's gonna be a lot.
We'll talk about it. But it's gonna be a great night. One more time, your website.
www.imperiumptp.com.
Dr. Frank Pokillo, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Emily, thank you for bringing it. And we're going to be right back after this break.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought. All right, so we are live, Paradise Studios, New York. Give yourself a round of applause for coming out tonight. Woo!
Frank.
And we're back with Left to Stage Live.
Live.
Not back. Live.
Here we are.
We have a great guest now.
How many mistakes did I make tonight? How many mistakes? 1, 2, 3. A lot, right?
Let me tell you.
And how many times did Butch come in? Too
many.
A lot
of mistakes.
A lot of mistakes tonight.
Big mistake.
Big. Why you can't say that? We didn't even introduce him and he's abusing me. What is this? Who do you bring into the show?
Oh, this gentleman right here has been doing comedy now for how long?
Just about 2 years.
2 years making a name for himself out there.
Did he take a comedy class, Rich?
He took stand-up university.
You're kidding!
Back in the day, standupuniversity.com. But this is John Antitomaso.
Oh,
very, very funny.
Did he pronounce it right?
You did pronounce it right.
Yeah.
I also just want to say,
yes,
I am pumped that I got to sit in this chair because I'm extremely short, and next to Rich, I actually look tall.
You do?
Yes.
And
everybody
handsome.
looks small.
And handsome
Rich,
and young.
Handsome. Rich was putting makeup on before the show.
Always.
Which I didn't know you could do.
And that's the results after the makeup.
You have kind of a makeup face. Like you look like
He's
you have
a handsome
eyeliner.
guy.
People have that lower eyelashes that are dark, right?
I get my eyebrows done and stuff.
But see, I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a wimp a little bit.
Who does your? I need my eyebrows done.
You must get your pedicures done.
No, I'm not a pedicure.
Oh,
guy.
dude, you got to get a pedicure.
My dad's a big pedicure guy.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I get him out of town, but because I don't want people to see me.
Right.
My daughter's made me go. It's the best.
Yeah,
it's the best. So, how long you been doing stand up?
2 years.
Yeah,
we just established that.
Yeah, we said that. You weren't listening.
If you were listening.
Yeah.
2 years. You're a comic.
I wouldn't drink that.
And these lies keep going on here.
I've been on that.
You know why? Because there's honey in there, maybe.
Oh,
maybe that's why.
yeah.
So, So you did you enjoy the show so far?
Yeah, the show is awesome.
Yeah,
yeah, it's cool being in the studio. I come here on Friday nights. Bobby has a.
You do.
It's awesome here.
The comedy night.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah. And then I've always wondered how the shows go and when we're in here because nothing's going on when we're here. Everybody's doing comedy, but it's cool to see it live.
Well-oiled machine. We are well-oiled machine.
So so you were telling me right before the show, you just moved into an apartment.
Yeah, I moved out of my house. Finally, I figured I'm 28. It was time to grow up.
Yeah.
So I moved out of my house with my two best friends, which is it's not really growing up, but it's as good as we could do.
Two guys.
Yeah, two guys. But it's funny when we.
Do you guys have like big parties with a lot of girls? Like
no,
guys come too.
You can't go.
Yeah, you're not invited.
Oh. No, go ahead. So
There's like an age restriction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Keep it like 28.
invited, but you're not.
You're invited. Yeah.
It's over
Italians,
60.
Italians only. I told you.
I got you. I am. I'm quarter of Italian.
All right.
Go ahead.
No. But when we moved out, it was funny. I come from an Italian family, so the dynamic was like my mom was super upset. My dad was like, I can't wait for you to get out.
Oh,
he's like, I'm gonna do all the things I couldn't do while you were still living here.
Like?
So I said, Dad, like what? And he's like walk around the house naked. So I was like, walk around the house naked. He goes, I'm gonna walk around the house naked all the time, which is concerning because my older brother still lives there.
Does he walk around naked, your older brother?
I hope not. I hope they're not doing it together.
It looks like a locker room.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing. In my house,
Right.
my daughters always, if I'm like in the other room, can't come in, I'm naked. I swear nobody's naked. They just like keep me out, you know, like, oh, come on, we're naked. Everybody's always naked.
What kind of changes now that you're on your own?
Yeah.
In the apartment.
I got to cook for myself, which kind of sucks, but like I'm getting better at it.
Yeah.
And then a lot of like dumb things like I moved from Massapequa to Rockville Center, so I had to do like little things I never thought. Like I had to find a new gym, which was like annoying.
No.
Yeah, very annoying, but we did. You know, here's a good question for everybody listening. You guys, if you guys go to the gym, you're big.
What do you mean if we go to the
I don't know. I was looking at Rich. I couldn't
Where do you
tell.
think this comes from? Sitting around?
The gym, I've realized, I don't know if it's just my gym or if it's every gym, but do the old men everywhere walk around the locker rooms butt naked?
Right.
I swear to God.
What is that?
I swear to God, this morning I'm standing in the sauna and this old guy comes walking in wearing nothing but a towel around his neck.
Right.
And he looks at me and he says, so what do you think about the interest rates going up? I was like, sir, while you're standing this close to me, I don't want to think about anything going up. What are we doing? But I don't know. I didn't know if that was everywhere. Just this new gym.
Did you say new gym? Maybe
new.
Oh,
new gym.
That would have been an indication.
I did. Maybe I did go to a new gym. I don't know. Somebody told me recently that they did. Swear to God, nude stand up in Bushwick.
It's fun. No, you should try.
Of course, Bushwick.
Yes,
you're right.
It was an all-female show.
I have no.
Hello.
Oh no!
Hello.
I just broke the rule.
No, you
yeah,
didn't.
but no, but that's fine.
I don't know.
Right over everybody's
It
head.
kind of scared me. They were like, "You want to come?" Not really.
That's funny.
Nude comedy.
So
I've heard
you
of
go
that.
to gyms. You got this new. Are you health conscious when you eat?
Yeah,
food
you look healthy.
I try and be. I mean, we go through phases. It's like I call it, you go through like a health kick, right? It's like every once in a while, you know, I'll be on one, and it's funny because when I am on like a health kick, my family tries to like mimic it. Like they try and eat healthy, but they have no
when
idea.
You're around,
yeah, they have no idea like how to actually eat
right.
healthy. Like I was at my grandparents' house the other day, and I went in the kitchen cabinet, and I grabbed a bag of Tate's cookies, and on the front of the bag it said gluten free.
Okay.
So I look at my grandma. I'm like, gluten free cookies? She goes, yeah, we're gonna start being healthy around here. So I'm like, oh, you're worried about gluten? You're not at all worried about the 2-pack of Newports you smoke every day? And then, no joke, she looks at me and she goes, what are you, an idiot? There's no gluten in Newports.
There you go.
Oh, so
I
it's
like the
healthy.
logic.
She's right.
I like
The
the logic.
healthy. They should have healthy choice cigarettes.
Healthy choice? Yeah, I think that's what she thinks they are.
Right. You could use that in the next show.
Yeah. Give it a shot.
The hint seltzer gets to me. The Hint. You ever hear the brand Hint?
Oh no.
No.
It's a Hint. It has, and the reason they call it Hint, like it's Hint cherry, Hint blueberry, Hint what?
Yeah.
And the reason they call it Hint, I swear, is because you need a hint to tell what flavor it is. Because they all taste the same. There's hardly I think they squish a grape and then they go, give us 10 gallons of water, seltzer water, and they dilute it so much.
Yeah.
Did you see the new crazy? I don't know what brand it was, but you know, like the alcoholic seltzers.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the alcoholic seltzers,
White Claw.
Maybe I don't know
Claw.
which one it is. I think it actually is White Claw. They came out with a non-alcoholic White Claw. So you're just selling seltzer.
Right. Exactly.
I'm sorry. Did somebody call me?
No.
Oh, okay. Thought I heard my name a few times.
Concerned with the
No.
show.
You go back to the bathroom.
Who's in the bathroom? Like
He's in
someone
the
said,
somebody call me.
So let me ask you a
Wait
question.
a second.
So
Hold
you
on.
live
None
with-
of you
okay,
got
okay.
Richie. None of you got that.
No, but it's
what was it? What was
3
it?
more minutes off my life.
What's
here.
my
No.
last name? Goodbye.
Seltzer.
Oh, his
This
name
is why he's not doing stand-up anymore. This is why right there.
No, that was pretty
That was
funny.
good, yeah.
If we got it, it would have been funny. So
Take it
you
away from
lived
one
in
guy.
what town with your parents?
I'm from Massapequa originally.
And now
right
in
over here.
Rockville
Now
Center?
in Rockville
Whoa,
Center. You know,
la-di-da.
it's cool. It's cool being here. You get, famous town.
Rockville
Especially
Center?
no, Massapequa.
Oh, Massapequa.
Especially right now.
Yeah, that's so.
Go Beach Killer is like 5 blocks away.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he? I want to go look at the house.
Yeah, it's like
So-
I think it's knocked down now.
Oh, really?
I think so. I'm
How
not
would you even know that? And why would you be concerned?
Yeah, why were
with
you
that?
over there?
I live right over
Oh,
there
all
my
right,
whole
all
life.
right.
I
So,
swung
yeah,
by.
so tell me.
All right.
Now we're in Rockville Center.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. It's a great town. Like we live right in the middle of it. It's cool. A lot of bars and restaurants around.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah, very cool. So everything's walking. We were at the bar Sunday watching the Jets game, and I'm listening to this guy next to me, and he's bragging to his friend about how he was having sex with some girl last night,
Mhm.
45 minutes.
Right.
And the whole time I'm sitting there thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, all the sex I've had in my life doesn't add up to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Listening to this guy talk.
Mine neither, and I'm married.
I'm at an hour and 5. Come on. Wow.
Yeah,
When was the last time you were
that's
sitting in the bar
funny.
talking? When was the last time we were sitting in a bar and
I don't-
just hanging out
Did we
watching
ever
a Jet
hang out
game?
ever? Never.
No, we've hung out.
I don't know if I've ever seen a Jet game.
Do you watch sports?
No, I wouldn't know one athlete if it wasn't for Dancing with the Stars. That's how I know.
I thought you were supposed to be setting him up for his jokes.
Oh,
What the hell?
I don't even have any, but I don't have any more jokes.
No, you just
No, you're great. So, what do you want to know about a young, good-looking guy doing?
Nothing. No.
There's nothing really.
Nothing. I hate him. I
I
hate
wonder
him.
how many flies were on my iced tea.
All right, I'm going to ask people out there who want to get into stand-up comedy. Forget about getting into stand-up comedy. It's good to make people laugh, no matter
Yes.
where you are. It's a good feeling. So you are. Can I ask you about? Do you have a day job?
I do have a day job. Yes.
Can I ask you what that job is? If you don't have to tell me if it's something.
I do finance.
Boring. You
I
should've
do.
told
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
You should have told me
It's
something better than that.
Yeah.
No. Very important. Finance.
He
We have
likes
to-
EMTs,
fine.
firefighters.
No, not at all.
My cousin, I was telling you before, actually, my cousin just
tell us.
We got on the job.
He was in the academy. I think he's out 6 months, and now he's in ladder 31. I think it is in the South Bronx.
That's what they say. We're on the jab.
Yeah,
on
he was
the
pumped when I
jab.
told him I was
Yeah.
doing the show.
So, what made you get into stand-up comedy? Was it because you truly wanted to be a stand-up, or you just wanted to make people laugh?
To get closer to me.
Yeah.
I
you
think
like-
that's what I saw.
you
The
met Richie
flyer.
and-
Yeah. You know what's funny? I've thought about this recently, and I think this is really what it was. I kind of always had like a dream. I kind of wanted to I liked writing, and when I was younger, I would write I always said I wanted to write like a children's book. I
Right.
wrote like a movie, a TV
Right.
show, and I just did all these things, and they're all terrible. But I was reading it one day 2 years ago,
Mhm.
and I was like, this is actually pretty good. And I was like, what happens if by miraculously this got made? I wrote all these words, and then someone else is going to get the credit saying
Right.
the things that I wrote.
Right.
And I was like, what can I do that I can write my own stuff and say it? So it's kind of selfish in a sense.
Yeah, of
I guess
course.
you could
That's
say.
what stand-up comedy is.
Yeah, that's what it was. And then I was looking for open mics to go out and just try.
Right, just try it.
And then I came across the Stand-Up University I went to Governor's website to see if they had.
What's the website for stand-up university, Richie?
I said standupuniversity.com
Yeah.
or standupu.com.
Stand Up U.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
found it, and I was like, this is better than me just going out and not.
It is.
knowing
It,
what I'm
gives,
doing.
hopefully we're
it gives you that platform.
I'm here, right?
Yeah, it gives you that platform. But everybody from stand-up university is not out there doing stand-up comedy 5 years later and getting paid. All right, but they may.
Whoa. You
What?
were never in the class because we tell them how to get out and get paid.
No,
but some choose the wrong road.
But some are not funny enough. Some choose the wrong road. What I'm saying is that it's not easy to become a headline stand-up comic because there's a lot of people doing it. Not that I'm telling you not to go for it, but I'm saying there's other reasons to take Richie's class also.
Oh,
There you go. There you go. Because it's fun making people. I teach. I teach all over the country. I teach cops and firemen. If I get up there and start reading PowerPoints, they're going to throw me out of there. All right. If I'm not entertaining them and making them laugh, they're not listening. And then when I throw the information out, they're not learning. When you're giving a talk on finance, few jokes left and right.
Don't listen.
People are listening. You may give them some
No,
good
but you
information.
add funniness into finance as well, right?
I'm terrible at it.
And you know what, though? You know what, John? Listen, I remembered his name. I don't know what. You know what, John? And I had to look down. I had to look down to see what his name was before.
What's your
John
What's
Bignali.
What's your middle name?
No.
John Charles Anthony LaRocchia.
Francis. All right.
What was I gonna say? Shoot.
Young guy.
Doing their class, it helps you not just
Yes.
with stand-up comedy. It leads you into becoming a better public speaker, a bunch of different things, and it's the truth.
And it's a great class.
Yeah. And especially when one thing that is very true that you guys preach in your class that I never really thought I'd listen to is when you get there and you say, be clean and try and be as clean as you possibly can. Because it is true. When you're out there like doing open mics and stuff, there's people who are just ripping things that
you got to be really
Yeah.
funny, and you can't do it at all shows. You'd be
Yeah.
really dirty. I use some comics that are blue. We say we got to go in 30 seconds. I use some comics that are blue on my shows. They're a little dirty. They're dope, but they're funny doing it. You know, there are comics that are just dirty, and where's the laughs? There's no laughs there either.
Right.
John, where can we find you
Yes.
next before we get off? What do you want to?
I
You have a
will be
website,
at-
Facebook? What?
Well, I'll be at Governor's October 23rd for a great benefit for autism. It's going to be
Nice.
an amazing show Wednesday night, October 23rd.
Good.
If you can make it there, please come.
Thank all our
Nice.
guests tonight, Dr. Frank Procillo. We want to thank Chris from the FDNY Columbia,
Bignali.
and Dawn Sambati. We will see you. We're off next week. We're going to be showing a repeat. Am I allowed to say that? Yep. We'll be off, and we'll be back the following week. Good night, everybody. And,
Good night.
we're going to the diner. Good night, everybody. Taking John to the diner.